Ikem, what have the last 2 weeks been like for you since you got drafted? Most guys are going to a different part of the country and trying to figure things out, and you're here. What have you been up to?
Yeah, it was definitely a blessing more than anything. A lot of guys, like you said, cross country. But with me, right after the draft, I got to go right back home and sleep in my bed. So honestly, it was nice. It was a blessing.
How would you describe the last couple of weeks in terms of getting caught up on the football and kind of shifting gears from pre-draft mode back into playing football mode?
I've had help from the staff here. They've helped me a lot. Zoom calls, all that sort of stuff. It's kind of making sure that I can grow and learn the playbook as much as I can. They've been installing it kind of slow, step by step. And I feel like I've been picking it up pretty well.
Icky, they talk to you about, are you definitely left tackle, and is that what
I'm at left tackle right now. That's what I'm working at during camp. But Coach Camp knows, the whole staff knows I'm flexible. Play wherever they want to play me. But right now I'm at left tackle, so I'm excited for it.
Ikem, I'm just curious, have you ever read Things Fall Apart?
I actually haven't. I told my dad I was going to read it because that's my dad's favorite book. But no, I never got a chance to read it yet.
I'm sorry, you go.
No, go ahead, John.
One of the things that you feel like you want to work on, what are the biggest things that you want to kind of come in and show in your first week here?
I guess it's more like my effort, work ethic, stuff like that. Stuff that I've put on film already, just showing that I'm the same type player, that I was in college, and I'm just looking to grow on the player that I already was. So really, just kind of getting out there and just going 100%, every drill, every rep, just showing the guys that the efforts are always going to be there.
Icky, when you get an NFL playbook from the Panthers, what's different? What do you think the biggest adjustment for you will be?
Biggest adjustment, I guess. The O-line's a little bit more involved in knowing the formations and stuff, whether it's 3x1, 2x2, all that sort of stuff. At NC State, it's a pretty complex playbook, but it's less of a responsibility to kind of know the formations. So kind of learning the whole play call instead of just looking for a number or something like that. It's a little bit different, but I feel like I've adjusted well to it.
How much? I know this speaks mostly about the rookies, but how much interaction have you had with your other teammates on the offensive line since you got drafted?
A little bit, after I got drafted, I got some texts from a couple different guys. A couple guys walking through the building this morning as well, so I got to say what's up to. So, it's kind of nice having a lot of vets, as you can see on the O-line, Bozeman, Corbett, Moten, it's just to name a few. So I'm really excited to be able to kind of be around those guys more and kind of just pick their brain a little bit.
What's the best advice you've gotten from them so far?
Best advice? Should just work. Just work. And don't be scared of being a rookie. Obviously there's rookie duties, all that stuff you got to go through. But it's just, it's just really just a rite of passage. It's something that can be fun more than anything. So just be a good rookie and just work hard. It's pretty much the best advice.
What made you do? Go get donuts or something?
Oh, nothing yet. Okay. But I'm kind of anticipating. I'm probably gonna have to sing a song or something like that. I'm already getting ready for it. So yeah, we'll see.
Ikem, I was going to ask you, you guys were doing some work with Bosu balls and some tennis balls today. Was that new to you, and what was that supposed to mimic?
No, not that new. At State we use a lot of sandbags, especially individually. That's one of our favorite things to do as away from coach, as an offensive line, is do sandbag sets and stuff like that. Bosu ball sets as well. We use a medicine ball sometimes, but Bosu ball is pretty much the same type of technique, so not that new to me.
I want to ask you also if you had any background prior to this weekend with Matt Corral.
Matt Corral, a little bit. Just me and my family, brief conversation before we went on the red carpet for the draft. It seemed like a cool dude. I got to talk to him on the golf ride cart back over here. So, got looking forward to developing that relationship, being able to meet with him more and more.
What was your first impression of him?
Definitely seemed like I said, cool dude, cool, calm, and collected. Just kind of just going through the walkthroughs even just this morning, you can see that, the poise in the pocket, and you kind of see that he feels like he's ready for the position. You can feel like that he's ready and he's going to keep working hard and kind of just keep growing.
Speaking of something more, so let's get Ellis. Speaking of something that may be new to you, what is it like going through a practice with so few other offensive linemen involved? Is it more intense? You didn't have a full offensive line out there for 7-on-7.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It's good. Definitely a lot of work in, which is something that I was looking forward to a little bit. Kind of just making sure I develop and get really just back into football shape as quick as I can. So definitely a less of a work to rest ratio, but definitely great work. And Coach Campbell definitely took care of us today.
Have you ever experienced anything like that at the high school or college level, or is this
the only time I can say that is COVID year when people were dropping like flies? I think one practice we only had 12 offensive linemen or something like that, which is we usually have around 20, 24. So that was definitely an adjustment. But, you know, like I said, you know, coach is going to always take care of us.
Let's go to Scott and Zach. That'll be it.
Icky, what weight did you report at? Was it what you wanted to be? And also, does everyone in your life call you Icky?
Most people call me Icky, kind of back and forth, really. Like, I don't really have a preference too much, you know. Ikem, obviously, I like to honor my Nigerian heritage, so, you know, I'm obviously proud of my name, so I like being called Ikem. But, you know, I've had the Icky nickname now for, you know, almost 20 years now. So, obviously, you know, I respect both names, you know, whatever people want to call me, Ikem, Icky, you know, no preference. My weight, you're right, I weighed in 323. Usually I can play around anywhere between 315, 330. With me personally, I would like to focus more on like the muscle mass versus the fat percentage more than like the actual number, because I feel like that's a little bit better metric.
All right, Zach, then we'll be done.
In a setting like this, when you've got guys who are going to be competing to try to make a spot on the roster, you being a top pick, do you have to find yourself like taking the pressure away from yourself to not be like, oh, I got to show out, I got to make sure that I show why I was taking where I was taking?
I mean, I feel like with me, it's just more just like being consistent. You know, they obviously blessed to be drafted number 6 overall, and they drafted me for a reason. They don't want me to do any more, any less, I don't think. They want me to be the same player that they saw and that they evaluated. So I'm just going to be that guy each and every day.